In this game, Piotrek took black and Benjamin took white. It was an interesting but a bit short game. It starts like this, and now my advice. Jump down. It is also about such a position. Just jump down. This is the best move. You don't need and shouldn't really play this attachment and pull back, because it strengthens black much on the outside, and you don't want your opponent to be strong on the outside, because, well, otherwise there is a very serious weakness in his shape, and also this group doesn't have a base. So just jump down. This is the best way. White played here, and also, like, you don't need to be afraid, for example, of this, because still black's shape is worse than in the game. Still black's shape is weak. Yeah. Okay, white played this and then then kicked. Still, I prefer this move, but actually white had a plan. Play here, black descends, which looks very good, but then white plays this one. And maybe black didn't realize that white is playing a center move. So black should play this one, which would be a counter center. White would answer, I guess, and the game would have continued. But black played elsewhere, and then suddenly white cut off black stones, and this is a good result for white. This is very large. Alright, the game continues. It's nothing bad, but okay, here there were funny things played. Black goes in. It's possible. The most normal answer to it is just play Atari and then play this tiger's mouth. Something like this, I believe. White didn't really know what to do, but the move he found is very interesting. He extended, and now if black extends, white also extends and puts pressure on black stone. It makes sense. White played this, and now actually when white got the corner, now it's easier for black to play away, because already the important move in the corner was played by black. If black does it now, then white would get this, which is important. Who gets this stone is a bit important. For example, after this move, there is a weakness in white's shape. So black, however, played a double Hanem, and then we very weirdly get into a quite a little bit of a familiar shape. If now black played here, it would be, and black played here and white continued with this move, it would be a Joseki shape. But of course, the players don't need to play like this, and they don't. This move is more important than the move on the top side. White pushed once more and played here. Black played Atari and that one. And this is a mistake. This move is very, very large. Probably black was afraid that white will get a good shape on the outside with this move, but black missed the fact that this push through is extremely powerful. Now white is in trouble. White is split into two groups, so it's difficult for white, and I am not even sure if white would have played that move at 2. Maybe white should rather push once more, but this is not center anymore, so if black wants, black can play here. And certainly 1-2 is a good exchange for black. It takes away white's base. It also creates a base for black, which means that from now on, moves like this will be just gote for white. They don't threaten anything. The black's group is already safe, alive. Yes, black continued again. It would have been better to play here. Then white took the stone, which makes sense, which is a correct choice. The game continues. White invades in the corner. This made sense. White splits black's side. Also a big move. Move from the other side. Also good. Yep. White peeps. And well, maybe it's good to play Kolb now, because anyway white will not connect everything. Anyway, white is too busy here. But if we play something else, this cut is actually quite annoying, because white already has stones from the other side, and we risk that our stones on the bottom die. But still black did it, and now this is not understandable for me, because why not jump? This is 2-3 is clearly a good exchange for white and not for black. It's a kick exchange. Kicks are bad in Go, what I talked about in the review of a game of Janek and Hikaki. So let's just jump out. White will probably also jump out. Maybe now we play this one, but now we forced white to play this move, which is better than what happened in the game. Yeah, but in the game we see this and that, and then white blocks black, which is very, very scary for black. Maybe now the correct way is to play here. White cannot play like this, I believe. Yeah, white cannot really, can white? Maybe, but it's... No, it's good for black. Yeah, so if white instead plays this move, then white can capture black. But there is still an agi, a very annoying agi actually. So maybe black could play like that. Black bumped, but this was giving white the outside, so feels bad. This shape of black feels bad. White plays here, and black tried to live, but maybe this was already too late. Yeah, white goes out, makes sense, but then black should certainly play these moves. I believe black played them afterwards. If I was black, my intuition would be to play around here, but probably white doesn't die, probably to some ko. We should play this exchange first so that now we have a threat, but no, this ko is not good. So it's difficult for black. It's a very difficult position for black. Did white need to play that one? I think this is fine. Like this, white is good, and if black connects, then it's not good. Okay, then it's not good. Then I understand white's moves. Okay, not sure if they are correct, but it's a very complicated position. And in the game it becomes a ko. Okay. And now the important lessons start. Black played this move, which is necessary. If black doesn't do it, actually, is it necessary? It's not really necessary. It would be anyway a ko. So maybe black doesn't need to play that move. And maybe it's better to take away a liberty. But anyway, difficult to say. After this move, it's some strange ko. But no matter who wants to start it, they need many moves. It's some sort of a... Wait, can it be called 10,000 year ko or just a few step ko? So if white wants to start it, white can make a direct ko out of it, but white doesn't need it. White can play on the outside, and then after black's move, white can play again on the outside. After the next move of black, now already white needs to play here, because otherwise black's connection kills white. Okay, so anyway, it's like a two-step ko for black, so white doesn't need to start it right away. And white shouldn't, given that there are very important moves on the outside. And this move is super important, because there is a weak group of black, a weak group of black, and a weak group of white. So this was more important, and white started it, which is probably not good. Then the ko starts, black plays a threat, and white needs to capture. Then the result is very good for white. I don't understand why white didn't like it. Just let's think how it appeared on the board. This was all black's wall, and now from this wall there is that super weak group left, which is certainly weaker than that group of white, because there is that great strength of white nearby. And white got so many points. Certainly this is worth much more than what black got from a threat. So white shouldn't answer, but white answered. And also white shouldn't answer because white doesn't have threats himself. So white played this move, but this is actually not even good to continue this threat, because it's much more important to be the first one to play in this fight. This is where the fight really happens. So if now white plays here, white is still better, because white got a strength, Black got a few points where black had a wall, I mean 15 or maybe even 20, but white puts a lot of pressure on the group of black, and white is just good in this game. White is just happy with this result. But instead white played this move, which is worth really little because this is only about these two stones, as those two are already cut off. And these are rather safe. So this was the only chance in this game which Benjamin gave to Piotrek, and it's a perfect chance. Now black should start the fight against this group, and the game could be good for black again, because white got really little, and yeah, the fight which happens is like black has an active position in this fight. And black should play this move, and this. If white wants to cut, probably black can just go right away to take away white's liberties, because white has really, really few of them. So instead, white would be forced to somehow jump out, but it's not even clear if white will manage to make life. The group is very thin, and even if white manages, black gets a big influence in the center, and later maybe black can pull out these stones, or maybe it's more important to create points on the top side. For now, the group of white is super weak. So this was the correct move. And if white cuts through, then it's the same what I talked about before. Sorry. This. But instead black played this move, which leaves a weakness, and it's such a pity that black played that move, because otherwise it would have been a very interesting game. And now white just went through using black's weakness, and now it was much harder for black to reconcile the whole shape. Here, by the way, a very, very key point, then run. First play the key point. Black played here, white got the key point, and white is putting a lot of pressure on black's group. Black doesn't have space for two eyes. White is already out with his own group, and yeah, black is going down to a disaster. So black still tried, but white managed to cut the group off and eventually to take away its eyes. So that's how it all finished, and Benjamin won. Unfortunate that Piotrek didn't use the chance which white gave him, and white played the ko in a very, very irresponsible manner. Started it, which was not needed, but fine. But then we should ignore the threat, and when we didn't ignore the threat, we should still just play this and then play a normal move. Or here, yeah, just expand the moyo. Yeah, alright, so this is it about this game. And let's move to the next one and to the last one, and let's move back to the Polish language.